Hello everybody, it's Cobalt here, and welcome back to another video. I bet you guys probably feel like it's Groundhog Day or something, because I'm literally posting the exact same video over and over again. I'm so sorry. I make so many commissions, and I have so many clips of them, and so many videos to edit. Oh my god. But yeah, if you haven't already noticed, I've been posting a video like every day of the week. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this up, but for now, I'm doing it. So here are some more custom commissions that I have done so far this year. Without further ado, let's get right on into it. Alright, the next two customs are another set of commissions. These are both for somebody on Etsy. They order two of their OCs. I'm going to start off with this one because it is the one that I finished first. As you can see, it is made from a little kitten base, and on the side of the screen I will put the reference sheet of their character. Very, very adorable. So for this one, I sculpted a little bit of fluff on both cheeks. I sculpted these little leaves that it has, two on its head, one on its body, and then I also sculpted a little bit of extra fluff on the tail and one extra piece of hair on top of the head. Other than that, it's just painted. I also did have to add a bit of clay to this ear, as you can kind of tell, because it had been chewed up by like a dog or something, so I tried my best to fix that so that the base was ready to be customized. And I think that this one looks absolutely adorable. I love its eyes. I think the red color is super pretty and really, really pops out. And I think that this one also has a super cute design. I love its little stripes and the way that its tail has like sort of a zigzag marking on it. I think that's super neat. Now for the second one, which I just finished, this is a head swap of a bonbon cat body and then one of those other type of short hair cats with a different head shape. I think that this head swap looks adorable. I believe that this is also maybe the same head swap as like the cats with the hair, but I think that it looks awesome. And speaking of hair, I love the hair that I sculpted. Probably my favorite part of this custom. I also sculpted the fluff on the cheeks, which I also really think works super well with its head shape. I sculpted some fluff on the chest, and then of course I added some extra fur to the tail to make it a bit fluffier as well. This character has so many different spots all over their body. Definitely was the most time consuming part to paint. It's got some paw pads, and then for the eye style, different colors, but I did want to do sort of the same eye style so that it matched the other character. So yeah, this is my first time like making a cheetah custom, and I would definitely love to do that again in the future because I think that it turned out so cool, and both of these customs look absolutely adorable together. Here's the next custom commission. She was definitely a character outside of my comfort zone and not really something that I do too often. So as you can see, this character is very pink and girly, and that's not really my style, so I don't really do that very often. But basically for this custom, it was a mother commissioning me a character for her daughter, and she didn't have like a set design or anything like that. She just told me things that her daughter liked and was interested, and then I combined all those things into a cute little cat custom. So she definitely told me that she wanted it to be a short hair cat with a fluffy tail, so I used a fake short hair cat base, and then this is a chinchilla tail with a bit of extra fur added at the base here on the pink part. And then she told me that her daughter really liked pink and also was into like anime and Hatsune Miku and stuff like that, so I also incorporated this blue color and then gave her some very anime style eyes and these little blush marks on her cheeks. The eyes are definitely my favorite part of this custom. I've done anime style eyes before, but I've never done any like this before. They're very cutesy, and honestly I really like the way that they look, and they're super detailed, so they were a lot of fun to paint. I've been having so much fun just doing a ton of like super detailed eyes recently, and these are definitely ones that I want to do again in the future. So as for sculpted stuff, I of course sculpted this little hair right here. I sculpted the fluff on the tips of the ears. I sculpted the fluff inside the ears and on the side of the ears and on the cheeks. She's got a couple piercings on this side that I sculpted as well, and then I sculpted this collar and some fluff on her chest, and there's a little bit of sculpting here at the base of the tail as I mentioned before. And finally she has this bow on her tail, which was sculpted using a mold that I have. And overall she's just pink and brown and blue and white, and she's got some sort of leopard cheetah markings on her back because I just thought that that would be a cute, nice little touch. And I think that all the colors ended up coming together really well. She also has some very fox-like vibes with the markings as well. Here is the bottom with my signature, and that is pretty much all that I have to say about her. Here is the next custom. This guy is made from a Great Dane base figure. As you can see, the only things that are sculpted on him are the fluff on the cheeks and his clothes and his fluffy tail. If you couldn't already tell, this is a custom of the character Lego sheet from the anime and manga Beastars. It's like low-key the only anime that I still care about, but I have made a custom of Lego sheet in the past. Here's what he looked like. He is very old and outdated, which is the reason why I sold him. I've always wanted to remake this custom, and thanks to this commission I was finally able to. With my original one, it was a corgi head on a Great Dane body. This one is just a normal Great Dane. I definitely improved this guy a ton. He's a lot more accurate to the regular color. For some reason my original Lego sheet was much more green, while this one is much more blue. style, and then I wanted to make, you know, the face design and the way that I painted the eyes very similar to how he looks in the manga and anime style. And there's also a bit of shading on the face to give him some more definition, along with inside the ears, which is something that I have been trying to do on my customs more, to make them just a bit more detailed. The clothes on this guy just look so much better on the original custom. That was my first ever time using epoxy sculpt to sculpt clothes, so I was very inexperienced with it, which is why it looked so bad. And then the original one's tail was just like a lump of clay sticking out of his ass, but this one actually has fur on it. I've been having so much fun doing tails like this recently, and I do definitely want to make a tutorial on how to do this because I just think that they look so cool, and I love the way this custom looks. In the future, as I've mentioned before, I do want to make another Lego Sheet custom for myself because I still love the character and I would love to own a custom of him. But for now, this was just a really great little chance to remake him. And finally, he does not look high out of his mind. For some reason on the original one, I thought that it would be a good idea to add some red into his eyes, looking like he was about to turn into his, like, I don't know, feral instinct form or whatever, but it just made him look high and weird. So this one I did not do that with, and I think that he looks a billion times better, and I just think that he turned out so cool, and I hope that the commissioner likes him a lot. I love all the colors on this guy and the way they sculpted everything. He is very, very good.
This commission is one of my human style customs. This is a character that I'm not entirely familiar with, but it is Will Graham from the Hannibal series. I have not watched this show, but it has been recommended to me several times. I've heard it's really good, so I definitely do want to check it out eventually. But you know, I've seen enough fan art and photos of this guy to sort of interpret how his personality and character is, so I hope I did a good job. The commissioner definitely said that I captured him really well, so I hope that is the case. If you're familiar with the show, let me know how you think that I did. But I do love the way that I painted this guy, and I think this is probably one of the best hair sculpts that I've ever done so far. The hair is so thin and it just looks so cool and so nice, and I love the way that I painted it as well. With this guy, I also wanted to add a lot more sort of texture and shading to him, so as you can see, there's a bunch of shading here on the shirt and even some on the pants and shoes, as well as the skin. You can really see that there on the paws and underneath the eyes. I just want to start doing that more with my human customs, giving them some more detail. And I didn't know what color this character's eyes were, so I sort of just gave him all the colors. So I got some brown and green in there, and I just think that he looks really, really cool, and I love this custom a lot. He doesn't really have too much going on. I say he's fairly simple as far as human customs go, so that's why I definitely wanted to add a lot of detail when I was painting him. And here is what the bottom looks like. This commission is so cool. As you can see, this is a custom made from a snail LPS, and this is supposed to be a new to brink sea slug. I don't know if this orange and white version has a specific name to it, but this is what the sea slug looks like in real life. It is honestly really cute, and the fact that I turned this into an LPS is so cool. So basically, what I wanted to do with this custom is make a literal LPS interpretation of the sea slug. So if Hasbro for some reason released sea slug LPS, they would probably look like this, and I think this little guy looks so cute. Like I said, it is made from a snail LPS, but of course I cut the shell off. Obviously the body and the shell would have been really hard plastic, so what I did for that is I put it in hot water, and then the plastic was squishy enough for me to just cut it off easily with scissors. And then of course I did end up putting a bit of clay there to smooth it out, and then I added these little frills on the side and this whole part on the bottom to give it more of a sea slug shape. This little guy also has some frills on the side of the cheeks, these little eyebrows, and its little frilly antenna looking ear things. I just think that it looks so cute. It's pretty simple, just orange and white. I also decided to add these little freckles because I thought that that would be a nice cute little touch. So it has some on the face and then a bit on the body. As you can see, there's some dark orange ones and some light orange ones. And then of course for this one's eyes I went with blue because it complements the orange really nicely, and this guy's just so cute and small and I love him a lot, and I thought that this was such a creative commission to do. So I'm really glad that somebody wanted me to make a sea slug custom, and honestly in the future I might make some more to sell for myself. This commission is for a returning buyer. In one of the previous commission videos I made a custom of an Attack on Titans character, and this is for that same person. This little guy is a design that they purchased from an artist off of Etsy, I believe, and this design is just so cool. I mean, look at this custom, guys. There are so many different colors on this one, and I love this color palette so much. So here is the reference sheet. I just think that this guy is so cool. I love the way that his eyes turned out with these sun designs on them and like the different patterns in the eyes. I think that is such a creative idea as well. And then as you can see, he has this orange side and this dark gray and blue side, and he's sort of apparently inspired by like the solar system. So I can see like Earth with the blue and green, and then the moon with this gray, and then the sun with all the orange and stuff, and then of course the designs in the eyes as well. Again, this design is super creative. I will admit I definitely procrastinated a lot with this one, but in the end I was able to complete it and it turned out so cool. And he's even got these little green paw pads, which I love a lot as well, and I definitely am feeling very inspired to do some more super complicated designs like this guy, because he
was just so much fun to paint. And again, I love the eyes so much. That's definitely my favorite part of this custom. This adorable commission is made from a short hair cat base. It is actually an authentic base figure that was super damaged. Part of the damage was on the ear, and so I did have to add a bit of clay there to smooth out a bite mark, possibly from a dog from this one's previous owner. Hey, really quick, editing Cobalt here. This custom, the character is actually a boy, or has he, him pronouns. I don't know why I kept calling it a girl the whole time. I am so sorry. I hope that it looks okay. I think that it still turned out pretty good. And of course, besides adding the clay there, I also sculpted her little horns, her hair, and her collar. I think the hair turned out really cool. That's one of my favorite parts of this custom. Here is a side-by-side comparison to the reference sheet. This custom was purchased as a gift for somebody else. And what's super cool about this custom is that this character was featured in somebody's thesis short animated film. So I will definitely put a link to that in the description so you can go and check it out. I just thought that was so awesome, and I had a lot of fun making this custom. Her design is very simple, but she has a lot of stars, and stars are very difficult to paint, but I hope that I did a good enough job on them. There's just a bunch of different colors like pink and orange, yellow, green, and blue all over her head, her body, her tail. There's even some on the underside of the legs, and of course I gave her these little paws. They look super cute. She also has these stars in her eyes, and I love how shiny her eyes are as well. I just think that this custom turned out super sweet looking, and I had a lot of fun making her. Okay, those were all of the customs that I had to show you guys in this video. As always, once again, please let me know in the comments which of these guys was your favorite. I think there was a few more in this video than in the previous ones that I've done, so more options for me to choose from. And of course, if you would like to purchase a commission from me, you can go check out my Etsy shop, link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!